Bass is probably the one instrument other than drums that can completely change the way a song feels, so learning when not to play is just as important as learning when to play. It's not about staying silent, but about choosing the right moments to enhance the groove of your song. However, with bass, how you play each note and even how long you let each note ring out for can significantly change the feeling of the part. So let me show you an example. I've programmed two separate MIDI bass parts playing the same section. One uses drawn out notes that sustain over the drum groove for the entire duration, while the other makes use of space in and around the drum beat to further enhance the song's overall groove. Now, neither part is the correct one to play. This is obviously subjective and depends on the sound you want for this section. The key idea is to write the best part for the song, not the best part for you as the bass player. I actually ended up using a combination of these ideas for the final version, where it starts out with the long sustained notes and then develops into the more choppy sound once the drums properly kick in. While note length can be a good example of how it affects a groove, simply dropping in and out of sections can also have a massive impact. Since the bass is usually the only instrument with such significant sustaining low end in a song, the kick also has a lot of weight but is rarely sustained in the same way. You can use this to enhance your songwriting as well. I applied this concept when writing this part by dropping out at key moments, such as during the transition from the chorus to the outro and when the guitar counter melody is first introduced. The initial dropout highlights the transition, making the outro feel more open and spacious compared to the chorus. Sometimes it can be even simpler than this. Instead of not playing to stay out the way of the drums or other focal elements, you might choose not to play or highlight every note in a chord progression. One of my favourite techniques, which I mostly picked up from post-punk bassists, is the use of drone notes. This involves holding out one note for the entire duration of a progression. The sound of the chords changing around this one stable note can make a part sound more harmonically interesting than if you were to just outline the root notes of the chord progression. For instance, in this palm muted section, I chose to keep the bass line playing the same continuous eighth note throughout to add more tension to the part.
And I know just what it's like to be mid-sentence, but sometimes compassion does more harm than it does good.
So now you know how important low end is, but bass guitars can often sound really inconsistent. You can learn how to fix that in this video.